With every year, we tend to lose more and more great icons. And was there any really, well, as big as the brilliant Tina Turner? Lots of people have been asking me, Neil, did you know Tina Turner? Did you meet her? Truly, sadly, I never got a chance to do a sit down interview that we did want to do, in fact. I did meet her, albeit very briefly. My first time, I must point out, though, in meeting Tina Turner was in Yorkshire, of all places. Absolutely. The real reason being is that at that particular time, she hadn't made the brilliant song, Let's Stay Together, the big comeback number with the sort of fabulous legs, the skirt, the hair, all of that sort of stuff. This was produced by the BEF, the British Electric Foundation. They were part of the 80s electro group, the Human League, and they had their studios up in Sheffield. That's right, This is also everything good comes from Yorkshire, let me tell you. What do you mean, not you though? Seriously, they were all up in Sheffield and Yorkshire. Now, Tina Turner, believe it or not, was then at that point in her career doing the cabaret circuit, and she was at a thing called the Wakefield Theatre Club. Now, Wakefield Theatre Club had all the big names, of the day, the Engelberts, the Tom Joneses, Bruce Forsyth, Dickie Henderson, and Tina Turner. You see, there were two sort of major clubs. There were a lot more. There were things at Greasborough, Doncaster, Newcastle, Sheffield Fiesta. But Wakefield Theatre Club and Batley Variety Club were the two that the performers wanted to go, simply because they paid the best money. And, they had very big rooms, big venues. Now, Tina Turner was doing quite a few nights there. And the reason how I, very briefly met her at that particular stage in her career was simply that a friend of mine was working behind the bar. And he said, oh, Tina Turner's, on. Now, you've got to remember, for my generation at that point, we knew who she was thanks to those great Icon Tina Turner tracks. But she wasn't the Tina Turner that we grew to love with things like Simply the Best and Private Dancer. That had yet to emerge. She did incredible business at Wakefield Theatre Club, standing ovations, lovely, lovely woman. Very down to earth and just kind of knew what she was selling, which was entertainment, a rare thing. Many years later, I met her backstage at Abbey Road. And again, a lovely woman, down to earth, even though at this point she's had phenomenal success. I think she just recorded Thunderdome, the Bond theme. So things were really riding high for her at that point. Just a lovely, lovely down to earth lady. But as I say, my very first memory was seeing her up close and personal in Wakefield, of all places. Hardly the glamorous sort of pinnacle of showbiz, but it was for a short period, all thanks to Wakefield Theatre Club. And I've often wondered with stars like that, like Tina Turner, Tom Jones, then suddenly they're headlining in these big global arenas and, they're all around the world, Las Vegas, Hollywood, that sort of stuff. Did they ever remember going back to these smaller places with very much appreciative audiences who hadn't actually paid that much to see them at that time? Tina Turner left a wonderful legacy, fabulous songs, a fabulous image, and more importantly, she did it through sheer talent. And how many people can truly say that? For me, Tina Turner was simply, definitely one of the best. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.